Welcome everyone, I am Tim, and this is the controller. Thanks for clicking on Fallout 4. You only live once. In the last part, we were able to get a lot accomplished, and we picked up a ton of skill magazines. We picked up 3 guns and bullets, a surgical journal, and an astoundingly awesome tails for 5% with scoped weapons, which is very, very nice indeed. We also helped the Brotherhood with Liberty Prime a little bit, and now we are making our way back north to Far Harbor. That's right, it is time. We need to get that DLC completed. But also in the last episode, I noticed that my agility and my carry weight was way higher than what it actually should be, so I needed to get that taken care of, and I think I have that done. So I wanted to say thank you to Xylok DNB2444 for a little bit of an assist there, as I do believe I was able to get my console commands in, which is the first time I've ever done that. So take a look at our carry capacity now is at 225. That was at 425, and yeah, 425 would be basically like if we were playing the base game, but we are on survival. So that is 100 carry weight for Lone Wanderer rank 2 plus the base 75, and we are at 5 for strength for an additional 50 to make the 225. And also the agility was sitting at 29, which must have come from eating the Death Claw steak and the Gator Claw steak from Nuka World. Must have just got stuck. So now we are down to 15 overall for our agility. And I'm hopeful that that doesn't actually play a bigger role than anything. Losing 14 agility is going to massively cut down the amount of shots I can do in VATS. So I used to be able to get like 10 to 12 shots, and there that is only 7. So that could be a little bit on the interesting side, not to mention sneaking around. People might detect me a little bit easier, but that is something we are going to have to check out. And just stand up here a minute. We are going to want to make our way up north to the Nakano residence to head back to Far Harbor. But on our way there, since we are allied with the Institute, and we're able to go up to the Sandy Cove's convalescent home and pick up a free magazine from there, Makra Fishpacking also has a magazine, the Tesla Science. Now, we aren't rocking any energy weapons at this point, but you never know. We might actually get one at some point. So before the Institute goes hostile to us, we may as well go ahead and pick that up. But with that, let's jump into it. Okie dokie. I was hoping that this wouldn't be the worst case scenario walking around the water there. But I guess, nope, back down here, I think I had mentioned in the last part, like, oh yeah, Mirelurk Queen. I thought it was north of here, but apparently not. So yeah, there is, you can't really see, but there is absolutely by this coastal cottage, looks like up ahead, we have a Mirelurk Queen. And that could do some serious damage to me, as I can't do a ton of damage to it, even with my more powerful gun. Maybe that has to do with the range, but we'll just let her walk around that road. I do not want to be on that road. No sirree, Bob. The queen can go that way. I'll go this way. And hopefully everybody will be happy. Although there's a kill claw just chilling right down there. Pops up. Just a couple hits. Oh my goodness. Terrible. Down it goes. Okay. So we are in Mirelurk territory. That's where we are going to be wanting to go. But at this point, I guess we may as well pick up the meat. Just keep an eye out. Make sure that queen doesn't actually come back my way. I had seen a Mirelurk down on that shoreline. Maybe if we just cut cross country, maybe we will be okay. It at least seems like it. Hidden brackets are staying pretty steady. So yeah, this is where we had come a long time ago when we first went to Far Harbor to get some ammunition for our instigating gun that we, it's kind of a shame. I probably should have brought that back to Far Harbor just because lever action is actually what is from the Far Harbor. So instigating maybe would have worked a little bit better for the Queen, but hey, we made it back. Just one Mirelurk Killclaw in the way, and now Makra fish packing, we can go grab the magazine. Now in here they do a nice job, a little set dressing as I've been working my way looting some just generic bodies and different things. There are a fair amount of dead raiders in here, which you might be like, well, what caused the dead raiders? And the hidden brackets are shifting a little bit. Yeah, this is a trap. It is an institute trap, and it's not fun if you aren't allied because they just pop out anywhere and you absolutely will take damage if you aren't allied because they come from all corners. I don't think you can make it out of here without actually taking any damage from them because they are just all over the place and you get swarmed. There we go. All right. Head on down, and this is where things would typically get a little hairy. Come down here, music plays, and it's like, oh, the hidden brackets, a little more shifty, a little bit more craziness going on. You see, oh, a chained door. That's no good. I can't make it out of here. You keep going forward. More dead bodies. More everything. So you just keep working deeper and deeper. Which, honestly, there's, a bunch of dead fish. And you wonder at, what's here? But then you see synths. But they are allied with me. So I don't have to worry about them. And otherwise, yeah, synth troopers. Just regular synth. Another one down here. All over the shop. Yeah, things can get hairy very, very quickly. And when you are in here, if you do need aluminum, there are a ton of trays that you can pick up. But, ooh, legendary.
All functions normal.
Are you the legendary? Bloodied pole hook. Yeah, my damage, and health is getting lower. So 84 damage is actually pretty good, but yeah, 0% chance to steal, not worth it to try to grab it. But what I want is you kind of go to this northeast corner here. Can't really go any further on the lower level. You see the stairs. You want to go behind the stairs and then back over here. A couple more dead bodies laying around. A nice little expert locked safe. Another raider with a stim pack, very nice, and a little mattress you can sleep. But right there, Tesla science. Energy weapons permanently inflict 5% critical damage. That's what we want. And like I had said, we're not actively running energy weapons right now, but eventually we might pick up a legendary effect, and bare minimum, we might actually switch over to plasma at some point too, as those are very powerful as well. But that is all that we really want. So now we can just make our way back out of here and get back to the Nakanos. Okay, this is something to note, as coming back up, obviously, a bunch more synths, but there is another legendary synth assaulter.
All systems nominal.
Yeah, so that's a pretty tough guy. Pickpocket him. He has a Hitman's assault rifle, plus 10% damage while aiming. Is not actually the worst thing in the world. If I were to get that as a randomized drop, there's a very real chance that we would actually start utilizing that. But it's not the best thing in the world. Assault rifle, I think, although is good, kind of falls short to the combat rifle in my opinion. So not gonna be snagging it, but it is good to see that there are decent weapons yet to be had for the legendary drops. And even though it has been a long time since we've been up to this part of the map, none of the ghouls repopulated by the Nakanos. So we are good to go to, oh boy, Far Harbor. Yes, travel there once again. Goodbye, Commonwealth. And I am going to miss this weather. The beauty of the Commonwealth is unparalleled compared to the mist and the fog of Far Harbor. Yeah, look at this weather of Far Harbor. You see the fog. It's raining. It's dreary. Oh, that is not nice. If I didn't have to complete this DLC for the YOLO run, I absolutely would not be coming back here. Even though I think Far Harbor is well put together for the most part, I don't like not being able to see. Call me old-fashioned, but I like to see where I'm walking, see where I'm going, which even though the dead of night is better for stealth, and also I am 5% more damage bonus due to the magazine I picked up. Yeah, I would trade that all just to be back in Far Harbor. Or not Far Harbor, the Commonwealth. But I am overtired as well. So we are definitely going to have to hit up the last plank for a room. But before we do that, may as well see what Alan has for sale. Maybe just lighten up our load just a little bit with Brooks as well. There we go. We got our little sub-quest, Go to Sleep. And that is exactly what we are going to do, as we desperately need to sleep. Now, gotta be careful not to steal that gray knit cap that just happens to be my bedroom. But we are fully fed, fully watered. We'll sleep for a nice 7 hours, get that well rested, get a good save point in Far Harbor, and we should be able to move on from there. Well rested, parched, that's okay. Get that sorted out nice and quick, properly hydrated, looking good. So now at this point, we can go and, I mean, we could have talked to Longfellow, but he is gone because we've already been to Acadia. But something we do need to do is do a little cooking. We had picked up, it looks like we got enough for a baked bloatfly. Rad resist 20. That looks great. Ooh, even idiot savant. But more importantly, we need to cook up our mirelurks. Where are they? There they are. Roasted mirelurk meat. That will be some good eating. Get that plus 10 AP for 30 minutes. Now, I just got to be careful if whatever I eat, not to go to sleep and have it wear out when I am doing that. So, yeah, something to, I guess, keep an eye on a little bit. And it is good we did some cooking, as look at all this good stuff here. We'll leave it for now. We are still in our charisma gear, which leads me to another thought. Last time we were in here, we did rock the hazmat suit, which is great. I love the hazmat suit. There's fog everywhere. Wearing this, I don't have to worry about taking any rads whatsoever. Downside though, yeah, no ballistic or energy resistance, which I think I have a way around that. Per the normal, we could rock our Med-X, getting, 25 damage resist. Not great, but it is something. And same thing with Psycho. Damage resist, 25. So, not a bad option. Get 50 damage resistance. Not great, but not awful. Our other option is, which I think is what we are actually going to be doing, throwing on all of our beautiful, beautiful cunning gear and our basic military cap and all of that that we are always rocking right now. Now, I could actually go over to rad powered at some point. I am carrying that around. Strength only +1 right now, but not awful. We are going to stick with sprinters. But another option with having actually good damage resistance of 286 and 306, which I really would like that to be a little bit higher, is we can actually do a little bit of drugs. Now, I did bring along like glowing blood pack, get 75 rad resistance, but also we do have what we just cooked up, the baked bloatfly. And that gives us 20 rad resistance. Not great, but not the end of the world either. So I think we are going to at least start with maybe stacking a few things. We'll go the baked bloatfly, get a little rad resistance, and we will also do a glowing blood pack for the time being, as that doesn't affect our thirst or hunger. And take a look at our apparel. Now we are doing 170 rad resistance, which that doesn't make a ton of sense, but hey, we're gonna go with it now. But we also have a level up, and now that we are back in Far Harbor, we have 5 that we can choose from, and I've been kind of holding on to them, and we are going to use a couple right now. Now, this is kind of a little bit of a luxury perk that we're going to be taking, but I think it is kind of worthwhile to go, and that is taking awareness. We are now level 66, and I kind of goofed up by not coming to Far Harbor sooner, because once level 60 hits especially, the enemies scale like crazy, and there's a very, very real chance that we are not going to be able to one-shot them. So with this, you know, target specific damage resistance, we know their weakness, cool. We don't have any energy weapons, so that's not anything to worry about. But we are going to know what level they are, and knowing what level they are will help us allow to know whether we want to completely avoid them and walk around them, or if we can take them out. And rank 2, 5% increase to hit chance and damage dealt to VATS targets. That is what we are going to be primarily using, is VATS. So get a little bit better chance to hit and also deal a little bit more damage. Yeah, I think that is worthwhile to do. And we are still floating 3 perks as well, if we so choose. But now let's take a quick look at the map. We have already been to Beaver Creek Lanes, of course, as we had strolled down, kind of went to this little water, climbed over the rocks, and then basically walked right up to Acadia. But now we are going to have to make it all the way over to the nucleus, and that is going to be quite a hike indeed. So first things first, we are going to head south out of town per our route that we had done a long time ago, and we are going to hit up about right here. Should be relatively no enemies, and we can just make our way down here and then go to Acadia, and then from there I think we're going to want to kind of cut across this water as well and almost do a straight line up until maybe crossing way over there. But we will see that here shortly. We got our rad resistance up, and oh, that's not ideal, but hey, weakness will take more damage, even more reason to be using our gear. And just kind of move along quick, avoid a little bit of fog. We will pick up obviously some rads, and what are we actually at right now? 184. That's a good base to know. 184 rads, not the worst thing ever. We got okay rad resistance. Double check. Nope, those ghouls have not respawned. Still got dead ones there. And following the road probably isn't the safest overall, but that is what we are going to do. And I kind of want to move quickly. Could be some enemies at the red rocket. Yeah, got a vicious wolf. Still hidden. Probably can get past them. No problem. We are detected. Is it just one? It's a couple. We are full up on criticals. You know, I don't want to have to deal with them later on. Let's take them out. One shot each. Yes. Okay, down the wolf goes. One more wolf. Down you go. Grim Reaper sprint. And hidden. Okay. Don't worry about the meat. Just keep moving on. This is what we want to do. I feel as though I'm actually in the wrong... I am. I'm following the wrong road. I needed to be over a road. So no wonder why the wolves were there. So I think we can probably clamber over this mountainside. That's a nice thing about Bethesda games. You can just hammer that jump button and climb areas that you're not supposed to. And not going to be enemies where they can't actually legitimately go. Not to mention, there's probably going to be less fog. But we already cleared this out once before. Ooh, bunch of rad barrels. That I don't want to go by. We've cleared this out for Captain Avery, getting the water purifier condensers going. So nothing to worry about there. And again, here, just start clambering up these rocks. And you hit enough of them. Just keep hammering that jump button. Eventually we'll make it back up. And I actually think I went up a little bit further. Maybe in here in time prior. So that's what I'm going to do is just scale these like crazy. Just keep hammering that jump. You can see an Acadia windmill over there. There's really shouldn't have any chance of climbing these rocks. But it appears as though, yes, we can make it. And once we are to Acadia, which we are essentially there already, we'll be able to move onward to the nucleus. And yeah, here's a nice pathway up. Nice windmill, nice rads. Just continue on up. Close enough, can sprint. And there's not any rads up here. Beautiful. Back to Acadia. Feel good. The first little journey is complete. But that means we have more journeys to go. And, well, hello.
Maybe someday more places in the world
You
will
almost
accept us
looked
for who we
like
are.
Cricket.
If it weren't for Acadia, I'd be dead.
But
No
okay,
question
so
about
now
it.
we just kind of take a little look over these rocks and... Okay. Up at Acadia, where there's no fog and you can see blue sky and you look out over the trees, okay. I'll give it to Far Harbor. It is pretty here. But overall, once you get into that fog, oh, I do not like that at all. Ooh. We went from 184 to 191, and that was hurrying. We might have to pop a Radex as well. But from here, we're going to want to head to the nucleus by way of... I think we're going to want to cross kind of towards the north, but not all the way to the north. Because this old pond house, that's going to be full of trappers, so we don't want to walk around that way. Be a lot of trappers in there. Honestly, there's, you know, where this road ends, there's going to be, I think, more trappers there as well. So we're going to want to skirt up here, not quite all the way to Kidridge Pass, which is also trappers. So if we go to aim for maybe right there, I think that should be pretty good. Just pop a Radex and I guess do a little water and then we should be okay. All right, got the Radex hotkeyed over here. Don't have as many as I actually thought I brought along, but go ahead, take one right now. So we should be up to like the 270 range, which should do pretty good overall for the fog. I just might need to be a little bit more careful. And ooh, that is a steep drop. Don't want to go down there. Let's find a little... This looks all right. Little safer way to drop down. And already we are basically to that next little pond pool area. Now, I think... Oh, that's another cliff. I have got to be careful, but I have to hurry too. Let's work around just a little bit more. Think around... Oh, this looks like a good spot. I think around here we are going to be running into potentially bears and an angler around here. Hidden brackets are shuffling. We are in shadows. Okay, so there's a Yaguai right there. Looks like we got 2 of them. We don't want to cause too much noise. Maybe we'll just go ahead and crit that second one. Okay, and crit. Guarantee the shot, and down he goes. Just 2, or are there 3? Don't remember. Looks like 3, just a basic one. Level 16. This is good to know. Good to know how high a level they are. As it pops up in VATS. Yeah, that will do. And not to mention we can get some bear meat out of the deal. That's not awful either. We'll be eating good off of that. And yeah, I think there's an angler around there. And ooh, bloodleaf. But we can just avoid him by going this way. And now we're going to need to just start climbing up this hill. And if memory serves for where we're going to be coming out at, we'll actually be coming out pretty decent and not around too many enemies. At least that is the hope. But again, look at this. Side of a cliff. There are not any rads. So that's very nice. Just got a decent vantage point. Just keep popping up. Maybe go higher. So you can really see out over, as long as it's... Not sure if that rock is a true rock. But let's reset our marker once again, as this is just going to be a little bit of travel at a time. Can kind of see... Ultimately, we are going to be wanting to come over to like here for the crossing point. Move that map marker. And we'll want to... Looks like keep going west, maybe southwest. Once we hit the road, cross over the road and kind of hug along that shoreline. And I think that should be about right. Just make our way nice and easy without getting stuck either, ideally. And when we are in Far Harbor, it's just going to be some... Rad-X wore off. That was so fast. We haven't been hitting a ton of rads, though, so I think I'm not going to take another one at this point. Okay. Ooh, ooh, ooh. I'm slipping. I'm slipping. Don't like how close that hidden bracket's getting. And I don't have eyes on it with VATS. Bunch of fog there. We're going to have to cross through that fog. Okay, we'll do another Rad-X. Once we get close to the children of Adam with the nucleus. Ooh, yeah, okay. Oh, I'm coming up way too close to those trappers. Once we get to the nucleus, I'm going to want to switch over to a hazmat suit. Rad chicken. Yeah, trappers up there. Rad chicken I think we can deal with. I don't think we can deal with that drop, though. So work around closer to the rad chicken. How about over here? Over here look a little better? Maybe? Here looks like a good spot to go down. Yep, got a red chicken. Let's just take it out. Take it out. There you go. Sneak attack 4x damage. You love to see it. Just make our way around that fog best we can. Cross the road because we don't want to be going close to those trappers. Get down closer to the water. They're not going to see me. At least, I hope not. I'm a little closer than I want to be, though. Just keep heading to the west. They're not going to see me in a million years. No sirree, Bob. I'm stealthy. Okay, so obviously I am in the nucleus, and I've already talked to Tectis. So yeah, that means that I lost content, which is, well, don't need to be standing in rads. Let's jockey on around over here. Look at the back of the sub. That's very nice. So yeah, we are at the nucleus. On our journey, I do believe that it left off at the wolves, which the wolves were going to be down in this area. So proceeded to continue on south just to kind of catch you up. And at this crossing point here, there was a fog crawler and angler that we took out. No problem there. Made it to the nucleus, to which we had to drink from Adam's spring. So we looped around nice through here and a little water passageway crossing to Adam's spring. And once we did that, obviously we had picked up an extra 150 rads. So we are about a third of the way, a little bit over actually, of our rad health bar. Not great, but you know, it is needed with completing this DLC. And then from there, once we were at the shrine or the spring, we had to walk our way kind of down south, and we went to the Children of Adam shrine, took out a bunch of ghouls there, walked through the mist, which was quite terrifying. Even though everything is safe, it was a little on the nerve-wracking side, as you see, you know, like fog crawlers and gulpers along the way. Not the most exciting thing. But from here, we were able to kill some legendary ghouls and such, and then come back up, loop back around, gain access to the nucleus, and then talk to Tectis. And that is what that sits there for what Adam requires. We can help the High Confessor, we can assist the Grand Zealot, Children of Adam, but we did already show the icon to the High Confessor. So basically that's all we need to technically do, and then we can go gain access to Dima's terminal, and we'll have to get all in there, which once we did make it to the nucleus, I was a little nervous that I had actually forgotten to do this in Acadia. And when he gave me the option and said, hey, I won't let anybody stand in your way, that was quite a relief, as, yeah, then didn't have to walk back from the nucleus back to Acadia, over here actually, and then walking back. Yeah, that's not as pleasant. But as I did mention, at the Adam Shrine, we did pick up a couple legendary items. And we didn't pick up anything in terms of our apparel, but for weapons, we did pick up this lovely Troubleshooter's Revolutionary Sword, which I got all excited about at first with the Troubleshooters, thinking, oh, perfect, that will work great for the, you know, the Automatron DLC. But Revolutionary Sword can definitely have better weapons than that. And we also did pick up this Freezing Pole Hook, which we will go ahead and sell. But, you know, that's actually a good amount of damage for this weapon with not having any rank of melee or anything like that. and not even rocking that high of overall strength. So pull hooks, they are a beast of a weapon. But most importantly, right here, incendiary, handmade, automatic rifle. Yes, this is the gun that we are actively using a lot of right now. But this is a little bit better. It's not the best legendary effect, but it is a functional legendary weapon that we will get into our rotation. Might have to wait till we're back in the Commonwealth to actually switch all of this stuff over. I might take a look inside here based on what junk I am carrying around, but I kind of doubt I'll have enough to actually fully switch my weapon on over to this. But when we do, that's then a legendary effect. Not half bad. 15 points extra damage, not great, but it's usable. And really can't ask for much more than that, because right now just rocking the nice suppressed converted operator's rifle, doing 265 damage, which is pretty good, especially compared to 32. And then back, of course, our freezing sniper rifle with the 250 and 39. But yeah, that will be very, very useful indeed. We are rocking right at the top of our carry capacity, so that's going to have to get sorted out as well. Now I am wearing the hazmat suit, and definitely need that in here as there are rads all over the place. Yeah, not now.
I don't really have time for this right now.
So be it.
So honestly, I just want to get over to the shops, sell off a few odds and ends, and then from there, hopefully we can do some good work up top. But once we're in here, you know, we can do some cooking, crafting, which I don't think I have a ton along, although we do have that raw frog crawler meat. Not the worst thing in the world, but I think I'm going to want that oil for potentially fixing up the gun. And then we have the poached angler. That will be just some good eating that we can cook up. And then the wolf should be at the bottom. We'd need lure weed. Yeah. Don't need to be dealing with that. But the bear, definitely cook up the bear. Perfect. All right. So things are looking better there. We are going through our water supply very, very quickly, as we are having to do a lot more Rad-X and just all of that good stuff, Med-X, Psycho, just to get our damage and boosted. So I am going to take a look at what these shops have, and I'll find a weapons workbench in here and take a look at what we can do. Picked up some odds and ends from Sister Mai, who is a general goods trader. And then we got the little alchemist doctor over here. And when you go on up into the second level, you have the arms dealer with Brother Kane. But by him, we have the weapons workbench. So I think I've picked up enough stuff to at least do a good chunk of moving everything over. So right off the bat, we can take the suppressor off. That works no problem doing that. I would love to get the quick eject drum mag off, but can't really do anything with that now. Ooh, steel might be actually running a little shy. I might have to pick up a little bit more steel, or just maybe buy some guns to break down for steel too. We could do that. But we are going to want to take our advanced receiver off, throw that to standard. And what else we got? We can throw that on, just have just enough to put on any of those. Let's do the short sniper barrel, because why not? And improved pistol grip. We will need a bunch more screws or steel to do that. Right now it has the shovel stock on that incendiary, so that should work. And that I would really like to get that drum magazine off of there. I don't think I can find 2 more screws and 2 more steel unless we get a little bit creative. And this is kind of exactly why we are just keeping stuff stored around. Ooh, just free mines and explosives here. Maybe we can actually go around enough and find decent stuff. But hey, look at this. Suppressed 308 pipe revolver sniper. Yeah, snub-nosed 44. May as well. Maybe we can find like a desk fan. You know what? I think we can find enough screws and everything laying around. Otherwise, I was going to say we could go right on over to our level up and go on over to our intelligence and take the first rank of scrapper, which I guess we'd have to up our intelligence once again. But we do have 3 that we can choose, so we could up our intelligence 1 and do scrapper. But I bet, based on what's dotted around here, I bet we will actually have enough stuff that we can actually find and utilize. Bare minimum, maybe be able to break some more stuff down. But we did pick up those guns too, so you know, we could just go right into the craft station here and say, hey, we don't need that snub-nosed 44 pistol. Let's just go ahead and scrap it right now. Get 6 steel. That's great. We need steel. And that suppressed 308 pipe revolver sniper rifle. Yeah, scrap that. Ooh, that gives me virtually nothing. Maybe I'll just sell that one and find some other odds and ends too. Able to find 1 desk fan and 1 desk fan only, but that is going to be enough that we could even put a small quick eject mag on, but no, we'll just go standard and idiot savant trigger there. And honestly, there's really nothing more that I really want off of this other than, you know, maybe the improved pistol grip just to lighten it just a little bit more. But that's going to be good enough because we have the incendiary and we can bring that all the way up to advanced 223 just like that. Long welded barrel. Not sure what actually makes more sense. We could go the long welded or the long covered sniper barrel. That does get a little bit better range, the 221. And this is the 203. I'm actually going to just keep the mod in my inventory right now. And I'm going to give just the long welded barrel a go. I do know I like the other one just to have a little bit better range on it. But this might actually provide me a little bit more shots in that. So I'm going to roll with that. Shovel stock, yep, that's going to remain the same. Get that quick eject drum mag on there. Throw on our reflex sight that we so love. And of course, the suppressor. And now that damage, 278. You'll love seeing that jump way up there because, of course, of the perk back from Nuka World. And yeah, 278 with the burning. That is good. That is really, really good. So we have a new favorite weapon right here. Converted handmade rifle. Oh, that is beautiful. And can we actually just may as well put the operators back on there. Can I take that off the other one? I might be able to. That would be fantastic. Yeah, standard color. Perfect. Okay, so now we can go and, you know, kind of show our loyalty still to the operators, and we don't actually have to use any more oil. Oh, that is a beautiful, beautiful looking gun. So, that is going to be good. I'm gonna sell off a few more odds and ends now and get as light as possible, and then 8 meters up, that's where we want to be. That is where we are going to be going. It's a beautiful, beautiful thing. Although, at the moment, it looks like it might be technically nighttime. Yeah, it's 1 in the morning. I could... These are just mattresses, too. I could sleep. Just keep picking up the goods. But it's not going to be good sleep because it's just a mattress. I'll only be able to do 5 hours. But we do need to get to daytime so I can sell off some stuff because I have way too much stuff that I am carrying. Oh, they decided to share with me. Yeah, still tired. It's the one mattress I can sleep on. Why are you... You know, I could Sandman kill you for sleeping on the mattress with me. All right, so we need technically 2 more hours to get to 8 a.m. Probably get sick. I awake still tired. Okay. No big deal. Everybody's going to be getting back to where they need to be. And
breathtaking, is it not?
excellent. Let's do a little
machine
bit more
dedicated
buying
to
and selling it.
spreading
Ooh,
Adam's glow.
you got pre-war money. That is absolutely no weight whatsoever. Dirty water is almost tempting, but we do have 21 purified on hand. That's going to be good enough.
Mine.
Got that taken care of, and we are in the command center. Still tired, of course, but now that we are in here, a couple things we got to do. We have our new weapon we got to favorite. Get that in its proper place, and we are going to actually be starting with that one. And now that we are in here, we can actually put on our armor, which will be very, very nice. Get that damage protection up. And good thing to keep note with our rads that we have, we are now at +2 strength. So anytime that I'm running a little low on carry capacity, I can just slap this rad powered metal right leg on and pick up an extra 20 carry weight. So that's just nice to be carrying around. And ultimately, the only thing left to go, chameleon, looking good. Feel pretty good about it. I'm fed. I ate. Everything is good. Except, yeah. Take a look in here. We have, of course, machine gun turrets. Basic. Not the worst thing in the world. But what's that you see? More of those blasted. Oh, I don't like that at all. And yeah, they are like right on top of me. All the way. So many. So yeah, I'm gonna have to deactivate all of these. Not my favorite thing in the world. Just take it nice and slow. Don't need a replete of Jamaica Plain. And come on. Yep. No. Come on, you dumb thing. Stop moving. I'm gonna make sure I'm stay far away. And okay, what is going on here? I should have a decent reach. That's just irritating. Let's start from this side. We'll be good here, right? There, hey. So I'm just gonna be extra careful, and of course you do have to deactivate them from both sides. If, you know, this side will actually register. Of course. Oh, there it was. Hey, okay. We'll just keep doing that on the way down. The other way that I could actually have dealt with this is the same way that I dealt with it in Nuka World as we were coming in. You had the turrets that were unactivated. If I had brought like my bleeding rifle with me, I could have shot these a bunch of times, and the bleed damage would actually take out the turret even though it is not activated. I mean, I could shoot this all the time in the world that I wanted, and it's not actually gonna do any damage. I could critical it, but that would be a waste of criticals. So I'm just gonna slowly work my way through, and hopefully there's only, you know, looks like 8 left to go. Maybe it will only take me an extra like 20 minutes. Who knows? But it is going to be a slow process. And the last one goes down. Now things can start getting really interesting. But oh, got my blood pumping just a little bit. So in here, of course, now these machine gun turrets are going to be live. Not you, though, mind you. And even taking that one out is not going to activate anything else behind me. But there's going to be a Mr. Gutsy around here. And if we just kind of hide in the shadows, we should be all right. Going to be another turret as well. Ready, basically out of caution already, but just take it slow. Take it easy. Just make sure I get them down. So a turret goes out. And okay, got a laser turret way down there. And yeah, I don't care about that. Just give me the laser turret. Take that down nice and easy. Okay, that one went down, still in hidden. And there we go. Major gutsy coming in, level 50, decent damage. But sneak attack 4x is going to do good work. All right, just press onward. Make sure nothing is too crazy around here. I think I'm safe until... Ooh, 4 fusion cores. I might pick them up just to sell in a little bit. Probably have to drop them, but, you know, maybe not. Then I think we're going to have a couple protectrons and more turrets. Come on, how far around here? Okay, so we got Protectron Guardian coming in. Be able to take him down nice and easy before he gets shot off. Just one of you right now. Back to hidden. Alright, so far the enemies are actually spaced out pretty good. Another one might be around the corner over there, and I think there's a turret there as well. Some kind of a mean location. Just make sure. At least I thought we had one more. Right? Yeah. Hello, Protectron Watcher. Ooh, he sees me, I think. He's moving his arm. Down he goes. Be a good eye. Good knowing. Okay. Maybe we don't actually have another turret. I thought there was a chance another turret in here, but it appears as though things are pretty safe. It is nice and dark in here. Got a ton of adhesive. Just habit to pick up every single duct tape that I see, and you know, like this economy wonder glue. I don't need it, but it is just habit to pick it up every time I see it. And now I know what to say. Danger, radioactive materials. There are some radiation barrels in here, but that's not what we really need to worry about. We are going to have an Assaultron, but the Assaultron patrols, so not exactly sure where he's going to be at, and he could be a relatively high level, which I am level 66. Things could start getting really hairy and dicey very quick. So I think once we get around this corner, things could be extra bad. I'm actually going to do a stealth boy right now and press forward, because Assaultrons are very perceptive. I do have to move decently quick though. There's the radiation barrels. Don't need to worry about them. Assaultron can be right around this corner or further down. Hidden brackets are staying steady. Okay, Guardian, I don't care about. Assaultron Dominator, take him out. Take the turret out. And I lost sight of the other. Okay, Dominator goes down. Turret goes down. And Protectron Guardian. Ooh, 2 shots. Okay. That goes down. In danger. That's fine. Just, whoop. Just back off. It's another Protectron. They're not going to find me. Not in a million years. They are way too slow. And they're loud. Should be able to hear them coming around. Just like that. Ready back into caution. So we took a Protectron out, which, come to think of it, that might have actually only been one Protectron. With the Assaultron. And then 2 turrets, yeah. Turret goes offline there. Feel good about that. Just a lot of things in the tool case to take care of. And this must be the one that is kind of in a weird, not weird spot, but just right around the corner. That Ah, yeah, right there, right around the corner. Just opposite way. I thought it was on the left, not the right. Luckily, my stealth is strong. And that feels good. Hidden bracket doesn't move. Beautiful. That is exactly what we want. And we are going to be having to go in there. And that's going to be another Assaultron. But this one is going to be a legendary. And, okay, that's the back door. Don't need to go out the back door. Legendary Assaultron is going to be a little bit dicey because it will automatically go into stealth mode. And I'm a VATS user. VATS users, you know, use VATS. And VATS cannot detect an enemy that is in stealth. So that is a little concerning. Go ahead, crack the door open. Open that bad boy up. And we are perfectly safe in here at the moment. Except we are going to have to turn power on. So we can't actually unlock it right now because we need to mosey on back around, you know, back through here. Security gate. And we are going to have to turn power on back here. But as soon as we flip that switch, an Assaultron comes out. And the Assaultron comes out boogieing. And they come out of that door. And when they come out of that door, the door swings. So you have to actually be very careful about where you lay mines. Because yes, we most certainly are going to be laying mines. Bottle cap mines. So the Assaultron could come out of this door and decide right away it is going to go up through this door and come kill me. Or mosey all the way over here, come around this way, and come kill me. So if it does want to come all the way this way, and somehow those mines over there don't actually make it work, I need to make sure that the mines are far enough away. It would for sure be walking up through this door. So if we just throw one bottle cap mine there as a little safety, and I think we should be okay if we kind of go middle of the stairs, just kind of out in front. So if we go something like that, should be about right. And we want this to be a big explosion. So we're going to use up all of our bottle cap mines. We got the safety over there. I might actually put down a couple mines in the middle, as we got, don't want cryo grenade. We got fragmentation grenade, or fragmentation mines. You know, let's make sure that wherever they pop out, they trigger. And they get triggered bad. I want a big explosion. Big explosion. Same thing over here. They come over here. I want a big explosion. So we are going to be laying all the mines in the world. Plasma mine over here. Yeah, let's do it. If we're worried about over here, fine. Put one more down here just in case they come through. It explodes. Maybe, you know, maybe actually let's put that one over here. So if that explodes and the door swings and blocks it, this one will explode and take them down. Yeah, I'm not overly confident, but I'm very hopeful that it will work. Because if it doesn't work, we are screwed. And I don't want to be screwed. So in fact, this is just complete overkill. I'm going to be in the back here, hiding, cowering. If I lay mines in here, is that going to be causing an issue? It might. 4 mini nukes. So we're just going to trust the process, trust the mines. Oh, everybody, please cross your fingers, because if the mines go off and I don't get XP, I need to go right into the menu and throw on some Psychojet, Stealth Boy, and just hope that I don't get caught. Walks through. Oh, thank goodness. I was thinking that was taking forever, and yep, there's the explosion because it is a legendary. So it will explode twice, and that took a long time for that Assaultron to come out. And of course, you're tucked in here. It's so well lit, the Assaultron would see you right away, but that is... Oh, that's great. That's taken care of. Things are safe, other than maybe a little bit of radiation flowing around there. And, ooh, even a purified water. We'll drink that right away. And over here, yeah, okay, so we still have a bottle cap mine, fragmentation mine, plasma mine that we can utilize, which is very nice, but okay. I'm very thankful. Assaultrons hit so hard. And of course, you know, we have the bottle caps from the mine exploding. May as well pick them up. 19 and 23, very nice. Why did it take the Assaultron so long to come out of here? I actually thought the door might open the other way too. But what do we have? Haha! Alright, so we got the legendary Assaultron Dominator. Yeah, they're tough. We have the Frigid Machete. 20% chance to freeze the enemy when you block their attack. Yeah, we're not going to be utilizing that at all. But we are through the command center. Life is good. Feel good about that. And I think this is going to be able to call it apart here. And next time we will go into Dima's memories proper. But yeah, you got a little bit longer episode than what was initially planned. Kind of. Because on your end with the hours, well, the hour time frame is going to be about the same as any old episode that I have posted. However, on my end, it has been a lot longer because from where things left off, I am now at sitting just under another hour of record time just to make the episode go a little bit further. But hey, you know, we advanced through Far Harbor a little bit more, and basically all that was missed was just a little bit more walking around in Far Harbor, talking about how the fog and visibility is tough. And you know, I like the Commonwealth. I like that you can actually see. Like in here, I don't actually mind it in here because you can see, and seeing is great. But as always, thanks for watching and thanks for joining, and until next time, powering off.